The Emperor lives. Reys a Palpatine? That's dumber than Canto Bite. Hey guys, it's Stephanie, your friendly neighborhood barkeep. It's a little bit later in the morning. Just so if you want a mimosa, you can have one, order wherever you want at the bar. Call out to the waitstaff. I'm doing a kind of a what if video. And last night, well, I was laying there in bed when I couldn't sleep because I woke up in the middle of the night, and you know how that goes. And you know how your mind works over and over and over again to the point where you just can't go back to sleep. And I thought, now, a certain person said he was actually joking. But a video he put out, and I'm going to link the video in this description so y'all can watch it. The picture, the tag picture, the picture that sits in front is Palpatine and Rey. So, what if he's not? What if our friend is not? How would this look? So I posit it as a what if question because I still can't believe anybody would be so fucking out of their minds to do something and say and actually think this was actually a worthy thing of Star Wars, because it invalidates the prequels and the OT. All right, I'll explain why. We remember the Return of the Jedi, Vader watching Luke getting blue lightning to death by the Emperor. Vader picks up the Emperor and throws him over into the reactor core. Blue lightning comes up, Vader dies. All right. But Palpatine is still alive. He made it through. All right, do you see how fucking stupid that is? Do you see how dumb that is? Do you see how completely nonsensical and farcical that is? All right, hell, Bobby, Alan, and the rest of you short-sighted dickwads at Disney, Lucasfilm. If Palpatine, at the age of like 70 or whatever, not nearly in as good a shape as Harrison Ford, Han Solo, can get thrown into a reactor by a much more powerful Sith Lord, Darth Vader, and survive, how about you bring back Han Solo? Okay? Let me explain why. Realistically, I mean, I know Star Wars is a fantasy, but Palpatine's story, unless it's a flashback, was over. Just the aftermath of all the shit he pulled had to be cleaned up. That's it. He's done. So why bring him back unless it's just either a Force ghost, a Sith Force ghost, or in a flashback? Why bring him back? All right. I mean, there are many ways you can tie all three trilogies together without coming up with something so stupid. I can't even wrap my mind around it in the Star Wars universe. All right, this is retarded. Palpatine lives, and Rey is a Palpatine? How does this work? Oh, and here's the other thing. Apparently, he was going to use Kylo, but Kylo Ren is too weak. And this really pisses me off. This really just makes me want to go. I want to set this I want to take every script out there for this piece of shit, take it out to my fire pit and set it all on fire and say, production for this pile of garbage is over. You guys come back and write something that makes sense in the Star Wars universe. You lazy assholes. All right. The reason why it pisses me off is this. If Kylo is so weak and the Emperor can't use him because that's who's coming back, how come he killed his own father then? All right? How come? If that's weak, he did the exact same fucking thing that Palpatine did. Okay? I mean, we already know they jacked up the Plagueis, manipulating the midichlorians and added, fuckwad to it, Palpatine. Now I hate him too. You know, so, you know, apparently, you can kill your father, and become a true asshole agent of evil. And yet, in the end, you're still too weak. I mean, what the actual F? All right, and I'll explain another thing. Why Palpatine coming back and attacking Rey, and Rey being basically another creation through the midichlorians, through him, is utterly fucking retarded. It invalidates everything in the prequels and the OT. It invalidates Luke and Anakin. I mean, you've already invalidated Han and Leia through ugly-ass mule face. Why not just go the full distance? And I know for a fact that George Lucas is out there advocating for a better idea. Kira Solo. Okay? In fact, if I remember right, watching the TFA, everything around her was full of Skywalker imagery. And I'm going to add why that when you're watching TFA and you get to episode 9, you're all going to go, if you actually watch TFA and actually kept your eyes open, because JJ can't really tell a straight story without leaving his little mystery boxes like rabbits leave little pellets all over the ground. She's full of Skywalker imagery. All right. The Emperor had never ever been on board the Millennium Falcon. She can fly the Millennium Falcon without a co-pilot, as well as Han Solo. I don't give a shit. All the rationalities of people who hate Rey. I don't like the way she was written. I don't hate Daisy. And the character could have been somebody. Okay? Now she's just, you know, you might as well put Rey in a Marvel movie. Okay. Fly the Millennium Falcon without a co-pilot like Han Solo can. Throw a Star Destroyer. Hulk. Alright. Shoots a blaster as well as he can. There's your Solo imagery. Alright, I want to ask you people, you geniuses out there, when the fuck, sorry for dropping F-bombs, but this pisses me off, did Emperor Sheev Palpatine ever touch that second Skywalker, or that first Skywalker lightsaber that Luke got? The one that Obi-Wan picked up off of, off the ground when Anakin was being burned up in the lava. Alright? Okay. Obi-Wan touched it. Han touched it in The Empire Strikes Back when he got to the Tauntaun. And that's it. Leia probably did too, handing it to her brother. That's it. The Emperor never touched that lightsaber. So, at the end of TFA, when Rey and ugly-ass Muleface are fighting, and Finn loses it, and it goes into the ground, and ugly-ass Muleface is going, "Come to me, Grandpa's lightsaber." And Rey's going, "It goes to her." It wouldn't go to a Palpatine. And the idea that he's her father is stupid too. Because, again, he did not build that lightsaber. Anakin did. And as far as I'm concerned, all this, who's Anakin's father? And oh my God, there's no fatherhood in it. At all. In fact, if it was both him and Plagueis, neither of them are really the father. How's that one? Okay? See, JJ, Bobby, Alan, Booby, come here. We're a hell of a lot smarter than you think we are, okay? I mean, I have a degree, okay? I have read everything out there about Star Wars, mythology, you name it. Heritage is everything. And if she's not a Skywalker by blood, relative to through Anakin, then she would not get that lightsaber. The only Skywalker would be ugly-ass mule face, who always looks like he farted. Not her, but she gets a lightsaber. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And honest to God, I don't think her being a Palpatine was the way that JJ was going to do it until the corporate assholes who's probably never even really seen a Star Wars movie have all the vision of a dog licking its, you know what? You know, you only see the next big thing. All you see is dollar signs. You know how you get dollars in Star Wars? You do it right. Okay? Now, there are going to be big fat fanboys. Kevin Smith is the example, who will love it because, you, like I said before, this is my analogy. You could take a giant pile of dog poop and stamp Star Wars on it, and Disney's been doing that for 3 movies. All right? I mean, the only reason why anybody went to TFA is to see Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and Mark. And all we got was, we got Mark for 20 seconds, we got Carrie for 3 or 4 or 5 scenes, and we got Harrison Ford through most of the movie. And then you butchered his character like a dog on a catwalk by his piece of shit, worthless, should have been aborted son. Okay. You guys saw dollar signs. You didn't think about story. JJ doesn't think about story. Now, if my friend is right, and George Lucas directed some of the scenes in episode 9, he has watched the dailies, he has done rewrites, he's there overseeing everything. If he is right, and George is advocating for something else, something that makes sense, Kira Solo, then go that way. Because the maker is always right. Always. 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 I don't even look at Jar Jar Binks as being a bad character when you compare him to Vice Admiral Gender Studies and Rose, Mrs. Mao Tico. All right. I, as a liberal, don't like to have communist propaganda shoved in my face. I don't like having LGBTQs, XYZ, FY, whatever shoved in my face, where it doesn't need to be shoved into it. If you want to do gays in space, do your own space operas. Okay? You want representation? There was representation when George Lucas ran Lucasfilm. Go look through the past. Go back and look. Okay, even back in the 80s, there was a bisexual female in there. You want a gay couple? Star Wars? R2-D2 and C-3PO. God bless your soul, Kenny, but I'm sorry. It's true. I mean, so you guys are headed off the rails and into the wrong direction if you do Rey Palpatine and either make her a clone, which is stupid, or have her sort of as another Force baby born like Anakin was. I mean, it's literally stupid. And and again, I'm gonna say this again because this really pisses me off. You already invalidated Han and Leia and their relationship by Kylo Ren, millennial super suck. Okay, all right. You guys didn't give a shit about that. I mean, you wanted woke, you wanted relevant. You don't give a shit about the fairy tale imagery or the fantasy imagery or the fact that Star Wars is timeless. So what you did was you took the greatest romance in film history and you messed it up because you guys are too lazy to think. And I can't imagine Larry Kasdan going, well, I don't know. No, Larry, no, because you don't think. You wanted to kill off Han since The Empire Strikes Back. But he's your favorite character. All right, both RJ or JJ. Larry, you don't do that to your favorite things, okay? You don't do that to your favorite things. And I know if I got into it with Harrison, he'd be like, okay, I get it now. You know, you gotta know how to handle people. And sometimes you gotta be kind of a bitch about it, okay? Trust me, I would have been. This is how it's gonna be. All right? So you validated Han and Leia. Ruined Han's character, turned him into a ne'er-do-well, Leia into a dried-up hag. Then, now you're invalidating both Anakin and Luke by bringing back the Emperor after everything that happened and after Anakin killed the Emperor. I mean, and I'm still like the stupidity, the utter farcicalness of being thrown into a reactor and surviving is beyond my comprehension. I mean, whoever thought this was a fantastic idea, we'll go with it, is an utter freaking moron and should never be near a Star Wars movie again. Okay? You know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know what you guys can do? Stop making Star Wars anything. Sell off Lucasfilm, give it back to George. Because clearly, none of you like Star Wars. In fact, I was willing to give JJ a break, but now I don't. I mean, he can take a flying leap. Clearly, none of you care about Star Wars. You don't care about the characters. You don't care about the story. All you do is see dollar signs and what's going to work and fan service. Fan service is more than going, oh, there's Han. Fan service is giving them a good story. Okay? And in the end, you guys failed miserably. Miserably! Palpatine lives. And I can't wait to see the stupid, retarded, incoherent way you rationalize this. Because anybody in their right mind knows it's a stupid idea. Palpatine lives. Getting thrown into a reactor core and the fucker survives. Do you know how dumb that is? There are amoeba that could come up with a better idea. You could put 100 monkeys and have them write Star Wars, and they'd all start typing, and they come up with a better idea. My dog could. My horse could. You know, the bird sitting outside my window right now could. Okay? The ants outside could come up with a better idea than this shit. I'm at a loss. I really am. Palpatine lives. After getting thrown into a reactor core, Palpatine lives. Who in their right mind thought that was a good idea? Now, I know Ian McDermott's in the movie, so is Hayden Christensen. Now, I thought it was just going to be flashbacks, but apparently we get to have Palpatine, and this is the best thing ever because it's Kenneth Raylo ass. Raylo! The reason why I want Rey is because she's stronger than Kylo Ren. So therefore, Kylo Ren loves Rey. Oh my God. All the Raylos. And sacrifices himself. We don't get any apology for Han. We don't get any justice for him. No justice for Leia. At all. Jumanji is going to kick your asses. Oh, I'm buying at least 40 tickets to Jumanji. Okay? Just to make sure. I am too. The moment those tickets go on sale, I'm going to buy as many as I can. Okay? And then I'll buy more the week before Star Wars opens. Okay? Because I'm going to be sure that you guys get your asses kicked and that episode 9 tanks. Because that's the only thing that the fans are left with. Is the boycott and not giving you our money. You guys don't deserve a fucking penny. In fact, every one of you deserve to fail. Palpatine lives. You guys can't even come up with a decent villain, so you have to resurrect that asshole. I mean, here we thought Snoke was going to be Plagueis, but of course you're going to run with Snoke as a pussy and died. Oh God, this is so, I mean, the more I think of this dumpster fire, the more I want to go in and fire everybody. Everybody at Disney, everybody at Lucasfilm, and bring in people who actually give a shit. Invalidate everything you people have done and fix it. Because even with George Lucas helping, if you guys go with the Palpatine lives and Reys of Palpatine, you have killed Star Wars forever. And I'm sorry, but the Benioff and Weiss Old Republic TV series sounds stupid. I'm not going to watch The Mandalorian, and I don't know why you're doing an Andor series. I could give a shit about him. I mean, you know, mediocre character in a decent movie. But in the end, the characters the fans cared about were Han, Leia, Luke, Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan, Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, Chewie, the droids. All right? And you, Disney, have basically worked to invalidate every one of them. Your new course correction. Fuck you. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy. See you around the cantina. Be sure to remember to tip your Wookiee bartenders 20%. Don't start any trouble in the cantina, because when the Wookiee bouncers start, I can't stop them. You know what happens. See you around, scoundrels. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you liked the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for more content. Share away here. We share away here for the love of Star Wars. And hit as many likes as you can. I am going to drop the mistakes that JJ made on TFA later today. No, I promise to do that. And there is a video about why the prequel haters are as much at fault as Disney is for the state of Star Wars now. So I have to kind of refine that video. I might redo it. By the way, just stay tuned to this channel. There's more content coming up. I'll see you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina, and have a good day, scoundrels.